Alright, y'all, this is serious. We have a serious problem with Bitcoin and pretty much the cryptocurrency markets. And it's not just Sam Bankman-Fried and his delicious uneven man boobs. No. It goes far beyond that, guys. Bitcoin has just now put in a lower low. And I want to talk about exactly what key levels we need to be aware of to the upside and to the downside, especially if we want to be able to take advantage of this volatility. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but we have new news stories coming out. Genesis, the lending firm right here, is basically having a difficult time raising funds. They need at least $1 billion in order to continue on this week. Now, if Genesis declares bankruptcy, this could be another FTX-like scenario. We could see things dump down a lot more. Now, I'm not a fundamental trader. I am a technical trader, and I want to look at the charts and see what are the charts telling us, and then I want to talk about what can we expect. Now, first of all, let's talk about this lower low that we just put in. Now, in order to understand what is happening, we need to understand that Bitcoin has broken down from a half-year range that we've been trading since June 18th, basically Father's Day, until just 2 weeks ago. And what happened is we broke down from the range, and then what we did is we back tested these previous lows, which were our support. We back tested them as resistance and have put another move to the downside. And then for the past 2 weeks, we have been trading now in a local range right here. Now, this lower low is very significant because if we are unable to come back inside of this value area right here, then it's very, very probable that we are going to get another big move to the downside. Now, I'm going to look at Market Cypher. I'm going to take a look at the order flow. But first, let's just understand some key important levels. Right here, this is considered a value area. And this is establishing for us the fair price of the asset during any certain period of time. Anything above is considered overbought. Anything below is considered oversold. We can see that the 2 times that we come into the oversold territory, we get to move back up inside that value area. But we can also see that the bulls have never had enough strength to push us to this value area high where the price is considered overbought. That is actually a sign of weakness. Now, right now, the key level that we need to watch for the Bitcoin USD pair on Bybit is $15,877 because this is going to then give us the entryway back inside the value area. And if we can trade inside here, then there's a good chance we can make it up to the $16,700 area and then potentially make it up to the $17,300 area. Now, these are very juicy confluences because if we pull a Fibonacci retracement tool from the high to the low, we can see that that high volume node is coming in right at the Fibonacci Golden Pocket 786. And if we take a fib from this high to the low, we can see that the Golden Pocket 786 is coming in right around the value area high of the range. So the 2 key zones, if we're looking for more downside, if we want to take a short, would be number 1, this green box between 16,500 and 16,800. And then number 2, this green box up here between 17K and 17.6K. These are the 2 major areas of resistance, and until we can claim those, this is looking very, very bearish. Okay, now why are we getting a bounce from down here? This is because what happened was Bitcoin got something called a chickens drinking water trade setup. Okay, what a chickens drinking water trade setup is basically where we come down and we take out a low that was previously made, and we do so with bullish divergences on Market Cypher B. Now we can see right here on Market Cypher B, this is our oscillator, and this is going to tell us whether or not we're going to get a bounce at a certain level. Now we came down to our level, and what do we see on Market Cypher B? Well, we see the bullish divergence, okay? We see the Actually, if we come to the 24-minute time frame, we can actually see the momentum waves and the money flow getting higher. Just like our good friend Sam Bankman-Fried here. We can see the left breast is coming down very low, and this money flow right here is getting higher as the price is putting in a lower low. This right man boob does not have as much breast tissue as the left. Just like what we see right here on our good friend Market Cipher B. Now, this was a trade setup that we gave in advance over in the VIP Discord, where I said the only long I'm interested right now is a chicken's drinking water of the low into that daily level. I will be looking for my confirmations for a chicken's drink water. This is the 1 hour time frame. We are looking for bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. We come over to our chart. We come over to the 1 hour time frame. What do we see? We see the bullish divergence on the 1 hour time frame. This is what is so important about having a plan in these markets, guys. Right? Never catch a falling knife unless a setup presents itself. And in these markets, setups are always presenting themselves. Right? I'm currently in the long trade, as you can see right here. I've already taken some profits, and of course I'm still holding my short trades, guys. This is the way to play these markets. Even in a bear market, we can make good gains by having plans in advance, taking longs and shorts. Now, if you want to join the VIP Discord where we post the trade setups and the levels every single day, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. Also, we are having a Black Friday special on the courses, guys. If you go to learn.jasoncaspertrading.com, you can get access to both the comprehensive course and the advanced TA course. 25% discount on both courses. Check that out if you're interested. In addition, guys, Bybit is currently giving me 0% limit order fees for the next 30 days. If you sign up using the link, you can get 0% limit fees if you are trading on Bybit for 30 days. Pretty sweet deal if you ask me. Okay, so let's talk about the key levels here. Right now, we need to claim 15.8, and then if we can come above this level of, well, the major level that we need to come above is actually going to be 19,200, because 19,200 is the major support resistance flip, major high volume node. Now, if we are unable to come to the upside, then we have to talk about levels to the downside. Now, let's take a look at the chart and just have an unbiased look at this chart here, okay? Market Cipher B on these higher term time frames. We can go to the monthly. We can see that what used to look bullish when we were in this range, and I was bullish in this range, by the way, is starting to look bearish. We can see that the VWAP is starting to curve back over, showing us that we might get the floppy type of butt cheek, right? Because typically Market Cipher B looks like butt cheeks when it's printing the waves, but we might get that floppy butt cheek, right? Let's take a look at another floppy butt cheek so I can show you what it looks like we're going to get on the monthly time frame. So something like this here, guys, where it looked like we are going to print that green dot on the 1 hour, but then the butt cheek flops down lower. That's what the monthly is starting to look like. When we come to the weekly time frame, we see the money flow is making lower lows, literally lower lows. We just put in another lower low with the money flow, which is a very telling sign, okay? When the money flow is getting lower like this is not very bullish. We would hope to see the money flow getting higher, like we saw back in here, but now it's starting to get lower. When we come to the daily, we printed the mother of all bearish signals on the daily time frame right up here, the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man boob pattern, where we saw the money flow and the momentum waves getting lower as price hit a new high. Take a look at the 4 hour time frame, and we can see here that the 4 hour time frame was getting the money flow coming down like crazy, right? As well as the momentum waves coming down like crazy as we put in a higher high into key resistance. Now, by the way, that was one of the trade setups that we did give in the VIP Discord to take that short from that level, and it was a very juicy short. But let's take a look at what we've got going on now. So what has happened is we have now printed multiple bearish trigger waves after printing this massively bearish divergence. And although the 4 hour is giving us a bullish divergence right now, in the context of these higher time frames, I do still think there is more room to the downside here. So what are the levels to the downside that we need to be aware of? Well, for me, it's quite simple. I'm going to go to the monthly time frame, and I am going to put on log scale here. And basically what we have right here, these two green boxes that I have marked out, are the areas that I think we are potentially going to find support. The first area is the retest of the $13,800 area-ish. Why is this an important level? let's clear off our chart real quick and we'll find out exactly why this is an important level. First of all, we have this monthly level of candle closes from the 2017 bull run, coming in at about 13,800, give or take. I'm going to make this line a little bit more crisp for the sake of this video. Boom, there we go. Nice and juicy. And then we can see in 2019, we came back perfectly to retest that level. And we can also see that we literally have no support until we come back to this level. This is a key support resistance flip. So at least if we can't reclaim the levels I've already outlined on the chart, I would expect another 12 to 15% move to the downside. If we cannot find support here and this monthly time frame continues to give us a floppy butt cheek and we start to have the money flow come down even lower on the monthly and this VWAP starts to come down even more, oof, that could be bearish as heck, man. If that is the case, then I am expecting a move potentially back down to the $3,000 level. Why $3,000? Because when we are looking at trading any asset, we always want to identify sideways ranges and we want to buy low and sell high. This is the basics of technical analysis, the basics of support and resistance. If all we had to trade was the monthly time frame, we would be looking at these three key levels right here and tell ourselves that when and if we come back up to this level, we would be looking for shorts. If we come back down to this level, we will be looking for longs. If we lose this level, we will be looking down to this level to look for longs. Why? Because this is just visually what the chart is giving us, right? Clear areas of support and resistance flips, right? This was resistance and then flipped into support once, support twice, support three times. This was resistance once, twice, three times. And when we broke out of the resistance, we can now expect it to act as support. It's like floors of a house, y'all. It's like floors of a house. We got the upper floor, we got the lower floor, we got the attic, all-time highs, and then of course we got the basement, which goes all the way down to zero. We will expect to find support at the floor, and if we lose support and then we back test it, it's like taking the stairs, and then we come back down to the lower floor, right? These are the areas where I will be potentially looking for a bottom. Now, I do have to say that the more FUD that comes out, the more bearish news that comes out, the more I am personally still looking at hodling and accumulating Bitcoin at these levels. I do believe in the asset long term. I do believe we are going to see a $100,000 Bitcoin. If you don't believe that, that's totally fine, right? Nobody's making you buy Bitcoin. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. But let's say that we start accumulating Bitcoin here with a potential bottom around that 3K level, and then we're going to hit $100,000. If that's the case, guys, if that is the case, this accumulation zone that we have right here, starting right here, is going to give us a risk to reward ratio where we will potentially make 7 times more profit than the potential risk, even if Bitcoin comes down to $3,000. Now, let's say Bitcoin comes down to $1,000, right? Even if Bitcoin goes all the way down to $1,000, that is still 6 times more reward than risk if we make it to 100,000 in the next bull cycle. So even if Bitcoin comes all the way down to $1,000, right? That is still, if we are accumulating in these zones, that is still going to give us a very good reward. And the thing is, guys, it's during the bear market that we can accumulate our bags for the next bull market when it comes to the big assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Then once the bull market starts, then we can get into the speculative assets, you know, the next SHIB or whatever it is. But for right now, my goal is to load up on the coins that we know are going to perform well in the future, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And for me, this is providing a good opportunity, even if we get the move down here. Is it possible that we find support at 13K? Yeah. And if we lose 13K, I'm looking at 9K. And if we lose 9K, I'm looking at 6K. If we lose 6K, I'm looking at 3K. If we lose 3K, I'm looking down to a $1,000 Bitcoin, guys. And here's the thing. Again, when we zoom out and look at the big perspective, these are the times where the big gains are made. It's not at these areas where you know everyone's getting into it. The news is talking good about Bitcoin. It's when the news is spreading FUD about Bitcoin. Oh, this is the wrong clip. But by the way, shout out to everyone who took the trade setup that we did give in the VIP Discord, right? You can make gains longing and shorting in these markets, guys. In a massive short, take a little long scalp in the middle of it. That's how you do it. You could join the Discord at patreon.com/Jason Casper. But when we're getting the news like this, the FTX hacker is dumping ETH, Genesis is about to possibly declare bankruptcy, and the whole industry is falling apart, those who buy the fear are going to have their bags loaded for the next bull run. And the way I look at it is, if the next bull run never happens, it's a risk I'm willing to take. But historically speaking, every time you buy the all-time high and hold to the next bull run, even if you bought the all-time high, you're still in profit. So we know we're not buying the top down here, guys. So I am bearish, but I am bearish with an optimistic outlook on this market. I am bearish with an optimistic outlook on this market. I have faith in the asset. I think it still has a future. And I'm excited to basically take all the gains I made during the last bull market, put them back into the asset as we are coming down to these very low levels, and then basically ride it to all-time highs. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I do pray that everybody is blessed in the name of the Messiah, Jesus, Yeshua. And I will see everybody in the next video. Peace.